tell me about the day that you went to purchase the camper from Mr. Rich.
I asked him if everything worked in the camper, and he said yes, it did. And I said I need to make sure that the air conditioner works because I deliver puppies for a living. And the puppies, I explained to him the puppies are between 1 and 2 pounds. And I was going to use a generator to run electricity so I could run the air on the camper so that the puppies would have more room and I could take more puppies to deliver because I deliver across the United States.
Okay.
So I asked him if everything worked and he told me yes. I asked him about the air conditioner specifically and I told him that I needed to know that the air conditioner worked. He told me that it would freeze you out, that they had just taken it camping, and in the middle of the night he had to get up and turn it off to keep from freezing his family out. And
is that
I
right?
said, okay.
Let me just say, Mr. Rich, when at the time, did she tell you that having the air conditioning was important to her?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you tell her that the air conditioning was working when she bought it?
Yes, ma'am. In fact, I told her that we actually argued over who was going to get up and turn it off because it got so cold. You know,
Okay.
so.
All right. So then you purchased, how much did you buy the camper for?
$5,000.
Okay. You agree with that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then what happened?
Then my girlfriend and I, we took it home, and the air conditioner came on, blue air, but only warm air.
Okay.
So he told me that it was probably because we were using an extension cord that couldn't pull enough power. Yes.
And after it didn't work, you didn't call him and tell him the air conditioning isn't working, right?
Not that night, because I did believe it probably was the extension cord, that he was telling me the truth. When we got to Kansas the next day, we went to a campground that was 113 degrees. And we stopped at the campground, we got everything going, plugged the camper in. I turned the air on, and it did the same thing. It blew, but only hot air. That's when I called Darren and asked him if he could go over the knobs to make sure I was doing everything correct. And he did, and he said, well, I don't know what to tell you. He said it was working, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, Mr. Rich, did she call you from Kansas to tell you her air conditioning wasn't working?
Yes, but I don't believe it was the next day. It was like 2 days later, wasn't it?
2 days later.
Okay.
And I told her then if they had plugged it into an extension cord, it had its own cord, a big heavy-duty cord.
Yes.
And I told her then, if you plug that into a regular extension cord, it's not going to
blow.
work. And if you plug this into 220 instead of 110, that's what's...
It'll blow the compressor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, did he tell you that if you had done that, if you had plugged it into the wrong kind of electrical outlet, you could have blown the compressor?
Yes, he did, and we had plugged it into the 220, the same thing that the air conditioner for my home ran off.
110 air conditioner. It's not 220.
Right.
And I explained that to her.
Right. I know that's your position. But at this point, the puppies hadn't, I mean, they'd spent no time to speak of, right, in the heat, because you said they were in your truck the whole time.
They were in the trailer maybe 45 minutes, but the vet said that 10 minutes in that kind of heat would have done that to the puppies.
Oh, really? Did
Yes,
they have water? Were you giving them water?
Well, when we were transporting them, they had water in their pen in the truck, and then they had water in the trailer. But in between, in the heat and stuff, they did not have enough water, and she told me that that's what it was.
So you said you lost 4 puppies along the way. Okay, and what did you do with those puppies?
I had to put them in a trash bag and throw them in the dumpster.
How much do you get for delivering these puppies?
$100 a piece.
$100 a piece. So you were going to get $3,200.
Yes.
For delivering these 32 puppies. Okay. Here's what we have. You bought it. You brought this is what I think happened here. Okay. All right. You bought the camper trailer for $5,000.
Yes, ma'am.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Then you took this home and you plugged it into a home electrical outlet.
Yes.
Ma'am.
Okay? And according to Mr. Rich, and from what I know and the little bit that I know, and tell me if you agree, Pete, that if you don't plug it into the right kind of voltage, you will have a burnout.
Yes, ma'am.
It's air conditioning 101.
Okay. It's air conditioning 101.
Unfortunately.
That is what happens, okay?
It's the nature of the beast.
It's the nature of the... In any event, what I think was you got it, you plugged it into the wrong kind of outlet, the compressor blew, and knowing that there was, well, not knowing it had blown, but you knew at that moment that there was a problem with the air conditioner, you nevertheless continued on the road with 32 8-week puppies.
Yes, I did.
Okay?
Yes.
Fragile, vulnerable little puppies. Okay, that was not especially responsible of you, all right? You know, you had a responsibility. They're not just $100. They're little, you know, little animals that need to be taken care of. They've just been separated from their mothers.
Yes.
Okay? So It seems to me that you were more interested in getting these puppies delivered to get your $100 than you were interested in their welfare. I find that you're responsible for the air conditioner. You continue to have the trailer, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Judgment for the defendant. The plaintiff's case is dismissed.
Thank you, ma'am.